Yes, Sharika Flavor Fusion. Your food are the champion. Welcome to a beautiful place called Flavor Fusion. It's a place where you can relax and have fun with ones and ones. With Caribbean dish, Caribbean spices for everyone. Tell you the truth, me no want the food for done. Me nah lie. Electronic payment by Zelle and even cash app. Sharika Flavor Fusion kitchen at the hot spot. Anytime me day in New York, and hungry bite me have to take a one stop. What? Flavor Fusion, why your food have to so nice? You make the people have to circle back twice. The pepper in the food, but it nice. My lord, my lord, my lord. Give me a little carrot juicy piece of ice. And if you have a piece of pear, give me a slice. Why your food have to so nice? My lord, my lord.
So we're gonna take our wings and we're gonna cut them in 3 at the joints. It's a joint here and it's a joint there. So I start with this joint. You can tell the chicken cuts itself. That's it. I'll show you one more. Or you can leave them whole. These pieces, you could save them, throw them in a bag, put them in the freezer, and you could use it for stock, for other sauces or other dishes, because we're not going to fry those. So we're going to wash our chicken with some vinegar. You can use lemon juice, lime juice, salt, even plain water. Just wash your chicken, please. I mean, I like my chicken washed. If you like dirty chicken, you do it your way. But I forgot a guy. Make sure you wash your chicken. So now that our chicken is all washed with vinegar and water, I'm going to add a tablespoon of lawry's. You can use salt if you want. If you're going to use salt, I would add maybe 2 teaspoons, maybe 1.5 teaspoons. I don't usually measure. I usually do pour and go, but I'm trying to work with you here. We add a tablespoon of garlic powder, tablespoon of onion powder, 1/2 tablespoon of black pepper, and I use a tablespoon of bacon powder. Now, it sounds weird using bacon powder in fried chicken, but I went to this Korean restaurant a few years back and the chicken was so crispy, and I asked them how they got it that way, and they use baking soda. So that's what we're gonna do. And some cornstarch. I didn't put much cornstarch. That's like 3 tablespoons. And we're just gonna coat this up with this. And then after this is all coated, I'm gonna put this on a wire rack and let it hang out and dry. You know, pull out some of the water. The baking soda, the baking powder, excuse me, not baking soda, baking powder is gonna help to pull out some of that moisture. Now, baking powder, not soda. All right, we're gonna put this on a rack now. So we're gonna finish putting these on the sheet. Let them dry out. Typically, it would dry for about 24 hours, but we're hungry today. Super Bowl Sunday, and we want to eat this now. So we're gonna make it sit for about 2 hours in the fridge, let it dry out a little, and then we're gonna fry it. Also, if you like air fryer chicken, or you have an air fryer but you're not a fan of how it doesn't make the food taste good, especially the fried chicken, I know my kids complain about that. When you put the baking powder on the chicken, it gives the chicken a lot more crispier texture. It bubbles, make the skin bubbles. You know, you get the hush when you're biting it. So next time we come back, we'll be frying. So this chicken has been drying for about 3 hours, and this is the top skin. You see it's dried out a little. Now I'm gonna fry half of this chicken today, and I'm gonna do the other half tomorrow. I flipped it. You see the other side is still a little wet. So I just want to compare to see the difference with the 24-hour versus the 3-hour. And we're gonna do a different sauce tomorrow. So our oil is up to temp. Me, when I want to know, I drop a piece of scallion, a piece of thyme, a piece of garlic. You know, it flavors the oil, and it also tells you when it's hot, so it's bubbling. We're going to add our chicken. We're going to fry it twice to get the maximum crispiness. I use enough oil to cover my chicken. We're only doing one batch tonight. Tomorrow we're gonna do the next batch. So I'm gonna fry my chicken right now for maybe like 12 minutes and take it out, you know, bring the oil back up to temperature, drop it back in so it could get a little bit crispier. So I removed the chicken from the oil and it's not crispy, it's still a little wet. We want it a little crispy. So that was the first fry. This is after 12 minutes. It's mostly done. I don't like these parts, so I take them out. It's mostly done, but we're gonna finish it off. So I changed my pot. That pot wasn't working for me. I'm going back to Old Faithful. I'm gonna use my wok. The oil is up to temperature. You see nothing bubbling in the bottom. I'm gonna reintroduce my chicken back to my oil. When you stop hearing all that popping, that should be about when this should be done. And it's then you're gonna hear, you'll know, I'll show you. Pardon my dog in the background. A floating chicken is a cooked chicken, so that's a tip for those that's not good with frying chicken. If you have those fail where, you know, it looks all pretty on the outside and then you bite it and it's still going yeah, so when your chicken floats, you know it's done. So I'm going to take these out now. And Jayla is going to make the sauce.
Hi, I'm Jayla. I'm her daughter. And I'm going to make the sauce to the chicken. We're going to add a half stick of butter. Now we add a cup of apricot preserves. Mix it up. We're going to add a half cup of hot sauce of Frank's Red Hot Buffalo sauce. This is going to be a lot of hot sauce. It's going to be too spicy.
It's really not. We're going to also add some honey to this.
Mix it well.
To cool it down. My kids don't like heat. If you like heat, add more hot sauce. You could add cayenne pepper to your chicken You could add it to your hot sauce. If you really feeling like a boss, add a habanero to it. You know, a Jamaican scotch bonnet pepper. And knock yourself out.
I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of honey. And make sure you switch. Make sure you switch from your spoon to a whisk.
Okay, if you don't have honey, you could also replace that with brown sugar. I add sweetness because my children does not like
Hot.
So we're gonna just whisk this together.
Make sure there's no chunks.
The chunks are okay. I like chunks in mine. I like it when it has the apricot pieces. Now, if you're feeling really thrifty, like you want to feel like a chef and you don't want to use the apricot preserve, you can get the apricots and put a little bit of water in the pot and just cook them down naturally with no sugar. Reduce it down, strain it, and that could be your base for your sauce. But why make your life hard when somebody else did the job for you? Plus, this is a quick sauce. So we're gonna add our chicken to the bowl. How crispy our buffalo wings are sounding. Sounds nice. Usually, I'd blend this sauce before I toss it. And we like a lot of sauce on ours. I know you guys are like, that's a lot of sauce for that little bit of chicken, but we sauce it. Oh, yeah. And make that guy feel special. You know, switch up the wings a little. You don't gotta just be hot sauce all the time. You're gonna be like, oh, shoot. Baby, watching the Food Network. And like I said, we saucy over here.
Saucy.
We like sauce, so. A little bit of extra sauce on the plate like that. Some yummy parsley flakes. And there you have it. Apricot buffalo wings.
I'm gonna go for this. Hot. It's good.
Is it too spicy?
I don't taste some spice. It is perfectly fine. Oh, now it's kicking in. I give it a 10 out of 10.